You know what really gets me? And really just, you know, you gotta excuse me, y'all. I just jumped up out of bed. But you know what really just confuses our people? Is that there's such a hypocritical double standard that people present to us. You know, when turmoil or abuse happen to one set of people, we say, we'll never forget. And you remind us of your turmoil and the things that happened to you over and over and over again. Whenever something happened to people, other ethnic groups, we never forget. We never forget. But if we remind you of the turmoil and the pain that we suffered from, oh, get over it. That's been a long time ago. Get over it. Get over it. Oh, man, y'all still crying about that. Get over it. Oh, my God, that wasn't even me. But you quick to say, I'll never forget 9/11. I'll never forget the Holocaust. I'll never forget what was done to me. You can hold a grudge. You can hold a grudge. Good day. Good afternoon. You can hold a grudge against everybody else. If someone step on your toes or knock down two of your buildings, you gonna hold a grudge until you get revenge. I say America will hold a grudge until they get revenge. You do something to them, oh, we'll never forget. What about forgive and forget? Oh, we might forgive, but we ain't gonna forget. We getting your back. An eye for an eye. Even if bin Laden would have came and apologized, America said, okay, we forgive you, but we ain't forgetting. But quick to tell us, forgive people. Forget, that been a long time ago. That ain't been that long ago. Come on now. What do I have to do with it? You reaping the benefits of your ancestors. They robbed us of free labor. They robbed us. Don't you know if a crime is committed, they hold you liable and responsible? Look how they did Bill Cosby and other people. Those are crimes that were committed long ago. But we'll never forget your crimes. But what did I do? Don't you know there's some grandmothers that's still alive that was abusing people back in the 60s and 50s? Slapping them on camera, spitting on them, hitting them. Police that are still alive that's not being held accountable. I said, there's police, grandfather. Well, my grandfather's old. He can't go to prison. What? What? Your great-grandfather is alive still, and I got him on camera committing a crime against people, letting dogs bite him and hitting them and spitting on them, but you want to say, well, that was a long time ago. We got to forgive and forget. Get over it. Get over it. Stop talking about it. Why when you talk, when we talk about it, you're spreading hate. No, I'm spreading my history. I don't understand. When I talk about my past and the turmoil that my ancestors went, I'm spreading hate. When you talk about 9/11 and the Holocaust, you are reminding us that you have been abused. Can't we remind you that we've been abused too? I said, can't we remind you that we've been abused too? Can we get some justice? If a crime is committed against you, I don't care how long ago it's been. If a crime has there's a crime against America, oh my God, we ain't gonna never forget. Every year, we're gonna remind you about 9/11. They're gonna let it die out. They're gonna pour salt into an open wound and just keep it alive. Keep that hate alive. You're telling we keeping hate alive. Why are you spreading hate? You say we keeping hate alive. We lighting that torch of hate every year. 9/11, you ignite hate. Don't you know people start looking at Muslim people on that day and start being angry at Islamic and Muslim people? Don't you know that's spreading hate? Well, I'll never forget. Forgive. And you might not forget. But why you keep pouring salt into an open wound? You keep on stirring up mess. If you get a stick and stir up doo-doo, it's going to constantly you stirring up stuff. Don't forget 9/11. Well, don't forget y'all slaved us. Don't forget the Holocaust. Don't forget you fed little babies to alligators as alligator bait. They did. They got posters. I'm going to post one of them. They sold little bitty black babies as alligator bait. They use, like you go to the store and buy fish bait, worms. They sold little babies in cages, and they fed them to alligators. And when the baby swallowed the alligator, then they dragged the alligator in and started selling alligator shoes and belts. The baby was just trash. They just put the little baby on rope, sit him out there by the water. Little black babies, they put them by the water and let alligators eat them. When the alligator eat them, then they drag the alligators on in. Throw another baby out there like bait. And let the alligator put a rope around his waist. When the alligator eats the baby, they drag the alligator in. Wait, you spreading hate? No, I'm spreading truth. My truth, you want to hide it. But yours, you want to tell everybody, I never forget I was abused. My grandfather was abused. You want to tell us about all your abuse. As soon as we tell you about ours, then you want to keep it a secret. Shh, leave that alone. That's been a long time. Get over it. Oh my God, you're spreading hate. Oh my God, why are you bringing this up? Because I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm gonna tell you like this. If my dad as a child, if my dad as a child stole a diamond ring from someone that's worth a lot of money. I said, if my ancestor, when he was a little boy, 10 years old, and he stole a ring from the neighbors, and when my dad became an adult, he passed that ring on to me, right? And then I get older, and I pass that diamond ring on to my son. And say the original owners of that ring have a picture of it and see it one day. And I take that ring to the pawn shop and just get some pawn, and I go back to get it. Do you know if that person report that stolen merchandise, even though it's a couple of generations away, that diamond ring, if they can identify that diamond ring and prove that it's stolen merchandise, I don't care if you say, I didn't have nothing to do with it. My daddy gave that to me. My great-grandfather, you still receiving stolen merchandise. You got to give it back to the original person you stole it from. Well, I ain't steal it. You did steal it. You receiving it's against the law to receive stolen property. You reap benefits. Time is money. You robbed a lot of people out of their time. Time is the true money. And if you sitting up robbing people of valuable time to work fields for free, that's theft. Why hasn't that crime been why haven't we made due of that crime? Why haven't we made right of that crime? You robbed a whole bunch of people. That's more time is more valuable than money. So you robbed me of 100 years of free labor that I could have been building for my community, but I'm building for yours. And now I built the community up. You just let me go and put me on welfare. You don't think that's robbery, theft, and accessory? Even if I receive stolen merchandise, that's accessory. Especially if you know it's stolen. If I go say, I ain't know, I ain't had nothing to do with it. If somebody steal a TV and bring it to me that was stolen, if two people stole, he stole it and sold it to Jeff, and Jeff sold it to me, they don't care how many hands it done passed down, how many generations the merchandise has passed down. If I receive that, I'm receiving stolen merchandise. I can say it's mine all day. Well, it's mine. If I take it to the pawn shop, and them people find out stolen merchandise, they're going to give it back to the original people who owned it. Because I received stolen property. Stolen from free labor. Just saying. You got to be real with this. You have, I worked and earned everything I have. But I'm not talking about you then. I'm talking about the one, like my friend here in Temple, she owned 37 houses. 37 houses. And as a little girl, her family used free labor and built a foundation for the generational wealth. So they pass wealth down. They have money saved to the side for their kids. They have, they give them loans when they get older. Like Trump, his daddy gave him loans. They was able to put their children in a better position from the stolen time which is money. Money is time, and time is money, from the stolen labor that they have reaped benefits from and passed it down to their children. Human being used as a resource, a human resource. They use humans as resources. Just like horsepower. Yeah, they had horses out there using the horse for his power, but they had manpower. Also, horse was resources. And I'm just saying. So if you can lock a person up for receiving stolen merchandise, knowing that it was stolen merchandise, even the White House was built. I'm just saying, all of this stuff, you look back over all this stuff, that's rob people of labor, time, which is money, because time is the true money. Let's go back and recalculate how much you owe me. If you give the Indians and everybody else, people that was in the Holocaust, you recompense them, repay them. If you pay everybody else around the people who built the place, how is it that I build a house, I bring the stove in, you cook food and feed everybody else, but the people that built it for you? I said, I built a whole restaurant for you. Black people built this country, this company. We build it up, and then you step on somebody else's toes and you pay them before you pay the person who built the house for you for free. You don't even think about it. You like, who next in line? Black people like, we built this place. Well, Pakistanians, Iranians, we're going to give you restaurants. We're going to give you some gas stations and hotels. Okay. Asian people, the white people, who next? The Asian people. Okay, we're going to give you nail shops and furniture stores. Black people like, we next. We're going to get our just due. What about our 40 acres and a mule? And people looking around, who else next? Well, that's all we got to give out right now. Wait a minute. You gave out everything to everybody else but the people who helped you. You done bit the hand that fed you for free. 100 years. But now, God, the first is going to be last. This is the law. Don't you know, as sure as the wintertime comes, judgment is coming? As sure as the sun come out on the east, that's the patterns. You better recognize patterns, because you cannot pattern nothing new under the sun. Payday coming. You know payday. It's doing calculation, mathematical calculation, understanding the stars and all that stuff, because they know payment is coming. As sure as you can predict that the weather, there's going to be a storm tomorrow, you know that the sun rises on the east. That's the pattern. You know around December what's going to happen. You know what time. You can measure the weather. You know, God is in working pattern. A woman gets pregnant. She had a baby at 9 months. The earth rotates 1 degree every 72. 1 degree every 72 years. That's 9. A cat's supposed to have 9 lives. They say they just. But I'm saying, the human body has 9 classes. Human body don't have. God don't have accidents. People have accidents and mess with genetics and stuff. God working patterns. The human body, don't you know DNA has memory? Your DNA remember to put your nose on the front of your face, not the side of your head. God working patterns. God make sure everybody has some hair above their eyes. God have patterns. And if somebody have a mustache on the side of their head or around your ear, it's going, God don't. That's man that did that. Everything God do is perfect. So I'm just saying, so you can recognize that. Don't you know that the pattern is it's payday coming. Whenever you go work, you know that you're gonna go cash that check. You reap what you sow. You ain't gonna plant no apple tree and expect an apple seed and expect for an orange tree to come up. Oh, you finna get it. You planted curses and turmoil and torture. Oh, it's coming back. You finna eat from that tree. You finna eat from that tree. So you might as well get to apologizing, trying to make things right. Why do you think the sun is getting hotter? Global warming. Oh yeah, it's gonna get hotter than that. God, the Most High God coming back with fire. You looking for hell. I wonder if hell is underground. No, you better look up in the sky. Ooh, what is the hottest place in the universe? Look up in the sky. The same thing that gives life is going to give death too. The sun gives life to trees. The sun gives life to plants. The sun gives life to everything. The sun is a life giver, but it gives you death. Pay attention. The very thing that's my blessing is your curse. Let me show you what it is. The very thing that blessed me is your curse. The sun is the life giver of everything. Plants need it. Everything that's perfect need it to continue to grow. Plants, trees, everything. I say, but the very thing that you trying to block it out. You worry about it getting warmer. I'm happy that it's getting warmer. I thrive in the heat. Reverses aging. Destroys bacteria. Tightens my skin. Builds my immune system up. Causes my body to secrete serotonin. Vitamin D, 7-DHC cholesterol. I'm just saying, on and on and on and on and on. Many benefits. Then people know some benefits. That's why they sunbathe. But the real people who are melanated and got tinted windows are the ones that can stay out there the longest. See, my eyes got tinted windows. Look how brown they are. My skin has tinted windows. Look how brown it is. I'm made for the heat. Bring it on. I said, bring it on. But when people conquer a territory, you didn't conquer the curse. You didn't came out of your environment. Let a polar bear go conquer the desert and watch what happened to him. I said, let a polar bear, which belong in the cold, go a polar bear. Well, I'm going to conquer everything. Polar bear. And the seals. I'm going to bring the seals with me. Y'all, we leaving a cold climate. We ain't staying over here no more. We want to be like Pinky in the Brain. We're going to conquer the world. A polar bear be done conquer the desert and then have to put sunglasses on. He got to get tinted windows. Polar bear got to get an air conditioner. He got to do everything he can do to stay in that climate when he done conquered it and wasn't even supposed to be there. Tell a polar bear, look, polar bear, Mr. Polar Bear, don't you belong on a cold climate? Well, I'm staying here. I conquered it. You conquered the curse. Now you got to invent sunglasses to keep you, because you don't have, Now you got to put you something on, some kind of coat on or something to keep this desert from burning. I'm just saying, if you go back to the proper climate, Mr. Polar Bear, if you go back to the proper climate, Mr. Polar Bear, then you'll be thriving and surviving. But since you want to conquer something, you've been conquered your curse. Let the grizzly bear have the hot climate, Mr. Polar Bear. Let the grizzly bear, you want to take everything. You want the grizzly bear's food, his territory. Stay in the territory that God gave you. You in a cold climate over there with the seals. Y'all eating good. Eating y'all food. The grizzly bear don't even eat the same thing the polar bear eat. Leave the polar bear. When you conquer somebody else's territory, and then you try to bring your food, because you got to bring yours too. Because your body can't handle a grizzly bear food, can't handle a polar bear food, and a polar bear can't handle a grizzly bear food. So they bring their own food when they try to come over here and conquer something. We got to bring our own food, because food is medicine. And your medical needs is totally different from mine. Just saying. And this is not to put anyone down. This is to wake people up. Do right by people. Repent. Say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guarantee you, if my son, little Tony, throw a rock and hit my neighbor's car, even though I didn't do it, well, I ain't do it. He's my blood. So I go apologize for my son, what he did. Tony, look, I knock on my neighbor's door. Look, I'm sorry for what my son did. Well, you didn't do it, Bob. It don't matter. I reap the benefits of what my son do or whatever. He's been around. He sent me love and clean my yard, and he's a part of me. So I gotta apologize. Well, I shouldn't have to apologize. I didn't do it. My grandfathers did it. I'm just saying. So don't get mad at me because I mentioned the past. When I bring up my past, oh, you spreading hate. No. You spreading division and hate. If not, we wouldn't, like, majority of people say you dividing people. What side of the neighborhood you live on? Tell me. Let me move next door to you. You already divided. every person of hue almost in every city live on the other side of the railroad tracks. There's always division. Here it is, 2000 and some change, and it's still a black neighborhood and a white neighborhood in every city. But I'm dividing. I said in every city, you can just say, I can go to any city in the world, in the United States, and say, hey, where the black neighborhood at? Oh, it's across the railroad tracks. Huh? And I'm dividing? I can go to any city in the United States of America and ask, where did they put the black folks at? Where's the black neighborhood at? Oh, it's over there across the railroad tracks over there. Then I can say, where the white neighborhood at? You don't think that's divided or you divided it? You throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You throwing rocks and blaming it on me. You throwing rocks and whistling. Who threw that rock? But how can you throw rocks and you living in a glass house? How can you throw rocks at somebody else and you living in a glass house? If I throw a pebble at you and bring up some of the stuff you done did to people, man, it will shatter your world. Don't say that. Don't talk about that. It hurts to hear the truth. No, I don't. Stop bringing up the past. Then you have to face what you did. Face what your ancestors did. I'm just saying we have to be honest with each other. I love people. I love everybody, but be fair. Just like I said in Congress, you dividing people. How am I dividing people when Congress don't even got no? If the United States was built off of justice, liberty, and justice for all, in Congress, if it was different members, they would have 20 black people on the board, 20 white people on the board, 20 Spanish people on the board of Congress, 20 this on there, and have equality. How can you make decisions on my behalf and you don't even know where I come from? How I got a white person up here representing a black person? How you know what I need? Well, I'm representing you. How you gonna represent? You don't even like the same food I like. You don't even know what. Come on, now, how you gonna relate and represent someone you don't even know nothing about? It's just like me saying I'm gonna represent the Spanish community. Don't even know how to speak Spanish. I'm your representative. What? Fool? Yeah. All the lowriders and everything. I don't know nothing about I don't even know nothing about your culture. I don't even know nothing about your community. I don't even know I can't even relate to your problems, but I represent you. How's a bunch of older white people sitting in Congress saying he can call we the Republicans. It's white people. We the Democrats. We represent the black ones. What? You don't represent me? How is it a divided house gonna even stand? Playing like y'all against each other. That's why the eagle is your symbol. Why is the eagle the symbol, Tony? Let me tell you. The eagle is their symbol because it represents whenever there's a storm. You know what an eagle is able to do? An eagle is able to shoot up above the cloud, shoot up above the storm. An eagle can fly high above a storm. See, they like an eagle. The White House is like an eagle. It has a left wing and a right wing. I said the White House is like an eagle. It has a left wing and a right wing. Do you think an eagle's wings are against each other? He wouldn't be able to fly. This wing over here flapping that wing. I don't like you. You ain't flapping fast enough. And the other wing slap this one. You ain't flapping. How can divided they stand and tricking you? How can an eagle fly if both of his wings are against each other? An eagle can fly high above the storm because both his wings flapping at the same time. They together in unison. An eagle, left wing and right wing with the illusion of division. They're not divided. They're not against each other. They sit up and laugh together. Same people saying they represent you, or go back there and laugh with their buddy. Well, I'm gonna go back. Let me put my African wig on. I'm gonna go out there and tell them I'm with them brothers. They believe everything. That's just like me representing the Chinese community. Hey, I want to say I'm the representative for the Chinese community. You know what shakalaka is? I don't know what shakalaka is. What is shakalaka? Tell me what it is. That's what y'all eat? Okay. I got to go over and ask them, what the name of the food they eat. You need somebody representing their community that's familiar with their needs. In Congress, you need some black people, equal amount. I thought it was equality for all. Liberty and justice and equality for all. You should have 10 black folks in Congress, 10 white folks in Congress, 10 Spanish folks in Congress. You should be, what happened to equality and justice? And stop spreading hate. Actions speak louder than words. You still spreading hate and division. You want to be at the top of the heap on that you talking about you want equality. You don't want equality. Let's give them a chocolate president and see if they be all right with that. One that we can control. That's all. Who we got as a black president? Obama. And the people behind him laughing. Yeah, they got him one, all right. Obama, come here. Sit. Roll over. Roll over, Bob. You know how you do a little puppy? Roll over. Here's a bone. Throw him a bone. Thank you. A puppet. A puppy. And a puppet. Come here, Obama. Roll down. Sit down. Sit. Lift up. Give me your paw. Give me your paw. Let me hear. Okay, here you go. Pat him. There you go. All right. Now go over there with the rest of your doggies and tell them I said I love them. And they laughing. Just like the music industry. They get young black guys to represent, supposedly send messages and dictate and control and influence the communities, while they are the puppets on the puppet master. But the rappers is just the puppets. You thinking that they're in control of their own life, they got to go ask Papa, Master, Boss, can I go to my community? And no, you can't wear that. You got to wear Nikes. We did a deal with them. You going to wear what we tell you to wear. Oh, pimping ain't easy. But somebody got to do it. I say in the music, they tell you what you know, I need you to put some shoes, these Nikes on. I already did a deal with Nike and got the money. Well, you did a deal with Nike. Can I get some? I'll give you what I want when I want to give it to you. I'll give you your piece in a minute. Now put these Nike shoes on. Put this iPhone in your hand. Put this Beats by Dre on your head and get out there and get my money. Better have my money. They pimping. The game is the same. The players just different. Pimping ain't easy, but they doing it. You know, put a pig in a wig. Guess what it still is? It's still a pig. You can call it Miss Piggy. That ain't no pig. That's Miss Piggy. No, look, snatch that wig off that pig. That's still a pig with a wig on. Can't trick me. I'm looking at a pig and you tell me it's Miss Piggy. No, that's Piggy. Come on now. My eyes don't deceive me. Goodness gracious. We already been walking around like, you telling us already that we walking dead with these movies? Some of us are actually in the grave. Our body is like a grave, walking dead or sleepwalking. Wake up, old sleeper, and smell the coffee. In my case, I smell the tea. I don't drink I drink coffee every now and then, but smell the tea in my case. I got to go look up what that terminology came from. Wake up and smell the coffee. But anyway, just wanted to say that we have to have justice and equality for all and not have hypocritical double standards to where you are able to complain, cry, keep up bringing up the past when it has to do with you. But when I bring up my past and my abuse and all this type of stuff, then you tell me, be quiet, get over it. It's been a long time ago. Come on now. Why you keep bringing up the past? I'm going to tell you that when 9/11 come around. I'm saying, and I don't have a problem with you bringing up 9/11. Because it was a tragic event, and a lot of people lost their lives. But if you can mourn and cry and bring up keep opening up, putting salt in the wounds and keep opening up this thing again and bringing it up. Can we mourn? My God, can we get a bone? Can a dog get a bone? Good Lord. Again, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Stolen merchandise, when it's passed on to someone else, they don't care if you knew it was stolen or not. If you reap the benefits off of free labor and your ancestors passed capital down and generational wealth down to you, you are guilty by association and accepting stolen merchandise, and you're comfortably in a position. It gave you a jump start. It gave you a jump start. All that free labor, because time is money. All that free time and labor, free land. Some of these billionaires wouldn't even be billionaires. J.D. Morgan, all these banks and all this stuff. If it wasn't for free labor, they wouldn't have gotten in the position that they are in. So you owe us. You owe us. And when are we going to bring them to justice? They robbed us. I thought America don't have a statute of limitations on these crimes and stuff. Y'all locking people up from old-timey crimes. They robbed us. They ain't robbing you no money. Money, time is money. Free labor. Do you know how much? Let's calculate how much I could have been, or my grandmother could have been earning working for herself and pass that generational wealth to me. I'd have been a billionaire. All that free labor you got out, but you robbed her and her grandmother out of their free time. So God bless you. For those that keep asking, I made a video about the product. It's on its way. It's already at the dock. It's going to be a delay, 2 to 3 weeks delay. It was supposed to come in, and we're supposed to start shipping after October the 25th. There's a delay because the ships at the port, they're having trouble with unloading them. And the new people that's coming on asking me, what is the product for? Go look at the videos. I've had people who had this virus, and they got rid of the virus in a matter of days. I'm talking about thousands, literally thousands. I've had people who had skin cancer. I've created formulations for them. They gotten better in 2 or 3 weeks. Some people 2 weeks, some people 1 week. Eczema, psoriasis, there's no disease. See, when the Most High God bless you, He don't bless no mess. So every good and perfect gift comes from above. So there's no disease, and I can confidentially say this. I can, with confidence, say this: that any disease on this planet, giving me the right tools that I need, there's nothing I couldn't get rid of. Wait a minute, what are you saying? I'm just saying. Now you can argue, not like, disagree, have your opinion, think I'm a liar, or whatever you want. But opinions don't change reality. You can tell me this car is a chair. I'm not gonna argue with you. I make a fool of myself to sit here and looking at a car and argue with you saying that this is a car. Man, tell him it's a car. No, that's your opinion, and your opinion don't change reality. I know what the Most High God has given me. I know the tools He has given me. I just wish I could help every single. There's so many people inboxing. I wish I could help everybody, but I can't right now. I have to do it. I'm bringing people on. I'm gonna train people, but I guarantee you, and I'm gonna slow down one more time and say, I guarantee you, all things are possible to them that believe, and I am a true believer. Every single disease I've come across, not some, every disease I've come across, and people ask me to help them, I've had 100% success rate. I said I've had 110% success rate, over and beyond. I had a lady, a millionaire lady. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. She came to me, well, actually, I got another millionaire friend. He controls the NBA and the NFL. He came to me and told me his friend out of Dallas has a rare disease. She's traveled all over the world and paid all this money to try to get rid of the disease, and nobody could help her. He said, Tony, do you think you can do something for her? I said, yeah. So I told her. He told me to delete it was the disease, interstitial lung disease. It was a respiratory issue. Was the bronchioles hardened up? I said, I've never heard it. I told him, I said, I never heard of the disease, but give me 7 days. Like 7 days? I said, give me 7 days. I've never heard of that disease, but give me 7 days. And I studied, I microanalyzed, I studied 13 hours almost every day, and I came up with a solution. So I called him, I said, I got it. He was like, you got it? I said, I got it. I know how to get rid of her disease. He said, man, okay, I'll tell her. He said, go ahead and put something together. So in my kitchen, I put this stuff together for her. Sent her the bottle, and I make this other stuff, and I sent it to her. And a few days later, she sent me a message saying, a text, Tony, I need to know the ingredients. That stuff gave me a rash. You need to know the ingredients because it gave you a rash and hives. Why you need to know the ingredients? I mean, I'm just saying, stop using it. So I called her. I said, ma'am, if it gave you a rash and hives, send me a picture of the rash and hives and stop using it. Well, the hives are gone. You just told me that they gave you hives. Now you telling me that you can't take a picture of this rash and hives and send it to me. Well, Tony, let me tell you this. I'm gonna be honest with you. The stuff that you gave me worked better than anything I've ever used, and I've traveled all around the world, and that stuff instantly helped me. Now you was lying, using technology to try to get the ingredients. You the devil. This lady lying to me. Tried to get the ingredients. I said, ma'am, you know what? Continue to use that stuff, but you can't get nothing else from me. And I hung up. So my other friend is a millionaire. He out of casinos. He owns hotels. He owns all the marijuana dispensaries. He owns a lot of stuff. He's the president of Warner Brothers Records and all that stuff. So I called him and told him, I said, man, your friend out of Dallas, man, she asking me for the, he said, Tony, look, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Look, that's your best friend, though, man. No, man, he said, well, let me tell you, I ain't had nothing to do with that, man. I'm just telling you. I said, man, I hear you, man. So a few days later, he offered me a deal. He said, let me see if I'm going to go and raise a couple million and put it to the side for you and see what we can do. He came back 2 weeks later and said, I got you $1 million and I want to go in with you. No, that's her. That's her trying to get these. I'm not stupid. I'm not Johnny Banana Head. That's her then partner with you to try to get the ingredients. And he probably watching the video now because he watches my videos, my friend. And he's still my friend. But business and friend, we ain't doing no business together. Anyway, matter of fact, he just called me last week and said he's coming to Texas and he want to sit down and have dinner. But then he offered me. He said, man, well, let's do it. We talked, and he said, let's do a deal. Or, we'll own. I think they said they wanted to own 60% or 70%. I'm like, no, but come on, man, come on, get off the gas, man. No, stop. He went back and forth, and then said, well, it's just a lot of stuff. And so look, I don't want to do no deal with y'all, man. I'm not gonna do it. And then just last year, we almost been talking like for 3 years, about 3-4 years about this deal stuff. 4 years, if not 4 years. And just last year, I think it was year before last, he came to me about the NFL and the NBA deal. He said that first he asked me, he said, like, you got something for this disease that's going around? I said, yeah, easy. He's like, I knew you would have it. I said, and then he talked about the cancer stuff. And then finally he offered me, actually, he had offered me money. I turned it down, and the contract was crazy. But then he came back and said that, like my product that I have right now that a lot of people are buying, he said the NFL and the NBA was interested in purchasing 150,000 units from me, which was $18 million. So I was interested in the deal. Long story short, we started negotiating. They were going to do a 70-30 split with me. I was going to keep 70-30, but we were going to do the deal. And it was an equity deal only. The day of signing the contract on the equity deal, because I was keeping all my control, I was keeping everything. The day of signing the equity deal, we was going to Austin. He told me he needed to make an amendment to the contract. I'm like, what? An insertion and an amendment to the contract? Yeah, we want the 30, but we want 50% of all revenue split too. No, not the bait and switch. You telling me you want to own 30% of my company, then you want 50% revenue split as well? No. No. And that's why even I didn't start selling the product until I was like, man, forget it. Just forget it. Forget it. He like, I'm just letting you know the deal is on the table for a week. So, I said, I don't care. You can take the deal off the table right now. I'm not going to do it. And that's when I started doing it myself. Because a lot of people on here that have been following me for a long time, they keep saying, when the product going to come out? We want it. That was the holdup. I've been negotiating with him, and I was holding up on the product with him. And I finally said, I think it was last year or a year before last, I can't remember exactly. But I released the immune boosting formula, and I did well, by myself without even dealing with them. And he works with the pharmaceutical company. He said, I can get you approved with the pharmaceutical. We can get the FDA approval. We can make it actual, put it in a pharmaceutical to where people have to get prescription for it and all kind of stuff. But they're going to raise the price. So the formula that works, man, it wasn't nobody going to be able to afford it. that nobody's going to be able to afford it. The way he was talking about, he said, well, they got insurance, thinking about it that way. Like some of the stuff I have, like I have a cream for eczema that I create. I'm not going to be able to make it for individual because it's just too many people ask me for makes, and it takes time to make it. But a tube of psoriasis cream, costs $900. Just a little tube. Google it. How much is psoriasis cream or eczema cream? Google it. A little bitty tube that don't even hardly work. Costs $900 for a little tube. So I had a gentleman here in Temple, a white guy, a friend of mine, Will. He brought his buddy to me, and the pictures on the line, and they asked me about making something for his psoriasis, eczema. I made it. In 2 weeks, that stuff was gone. And he was like, man, that was charging me $900 for a smaller tube of stuff that didn't even work. So I'm just saying that to say that the Most High God, everything, every good and perfect gift comes from above. The Most High God don't bless no mess. So people may doubt what you say, but they'll always believe what you do. You can talk about healing, talk about this, but God deal with results. And there's many people on here right now, I guarantee you, that had benefits from the formula. I had a young lady in Killeen. She lost her sight. She was going blind. She got her sight back in 30 days. I'm just saying, many say don't make claims. I'm not making claims. I'm giving testimonies. I can't make claims by law. I can't say this gonna cure you from that and this gonna cure you from that. If you got something for that, I'm cure you. I can't get on by law. I can give you testimonies, and I have thousands of testimonies. There's people on here right now that can give you testimonies, like literally a lot of people. So God bless you. I appreciate all the support, and share the video. The only way, like that, my video that I did a couple days ago, it is at 500,000. It's at 500,000 views. 500,000 right now. The 500,000 views. 7,000 shares, 10,000 likes, and just because people are sharing it, you guys sharing it, because the only way a video can go viral is that you have to comment and you have to share. Views don't count. The algorithm only recognizes and sends the message to the right people. It only sends it to the right people if you comment and you share. And sharing is caring. So we have to, there's some things that I might say that might be a blessing to your family. This ain't about views. This ain't, like even the information I get on here and talk about. Them people offer me, the same friend of mine that I helped his friend up in Dallas, offered me he said, Tony, whatever you want to do. I said, well, I think about writing a book. We'll help you with that. I'm like, dang, whatever I want to do. He's like, and that too, we'll help you with that. And I'm like, dang, hold them up, spoil them up. You know, I'm just saying. He was like, whatever you want to do, we're going to back you. We'll finance you. And I'm just saying, so it's a blessing to be a blessing to others, to me. So I'm on here giving this information out for free. And they told me they were going to write, they'll write a book, put somebody together and write a book for me with this information. I'm giving it away for free. There's over 300 videos. I didn't know I had that many videos till a young man told me, well, actually was telling somebody else on my timeline. A lady was asking about some information, and then he told her he has over 200 or 300 videos on here. And I was like, dang, I got that many videos on here? I've been running my mouth. I didn't even know it was that many videos. But it's a blessing, and each topic is different, and I don't rehearse topics. I just get up when the Most High God give me something, I get up and give it. I'm just let it download and run out my mouth. I don't be, what I'm gonna talk about today, because you never know what person may have a need. So when a person is in need, God might want to use you to go another direction. So you gotta let go and let God. Take your hands off the steering wheel and be a vessel. A vessel don't control itself. It got the captain of the ship controlling the vessel. And I am a vessel, a boat, rolling, drifting through life. But I have someone conducting this vessel. We're ships. That's why you're in a relationship, friendship, partnership, because we're vessels. I'm a ship. And one last thing, speaking of ships and those terminologies, that's why the bank, the First National Bank, is called a bank. Because just like the river bank, it controls the flow of currency, the currency. I said, they named stuff the bank, First National Bank. Why did they name it a bank? Because it's just like a river bank. It controls the flow of currency, the current, and water has a currency. So every name, everything has a meaning. We need to microanalyze and dig deep and find out the meaning. For real. I asked the people at AT&T, what does AT&T stand for? They didn't even know. You working for a place of business, you didn't microanalyze and find out what the word AT&T meant? Okay, AT&T is American Telephone and Telegraph. Why do I know that and you work here and don't even know that? Just saying. No, it could be saying, some of these letters could be saying, I'm going to kill everybody that work here one day, or I don't like, the letters could mean anything, but we don't even question anything. What is Taco Bell? What is J.C. Penney's? His name was James Cash Penney. Why did his mama name him James Cash, even if it's pennies? You're going to get some money because your mama assigned you the name of money, J.C. Penney's. But anyway, every word, everything has a meaning. And good for the goose, good for the gander. You ask for what's a goose and a gander? Oh, no. Come on now, stop saying that stuff if you don't know what it is. Blazing a trail. What is blazing a trail? Stop saying all this stuff. If you don't know what it means, stop saying all this stuff. We have to slow down for a minute. We've been programmed just to regurgitate stuff without researching it and figuring out what does this really mean. A1C. Hey, doctor, what does the A, the 1, and the C stand for? Let me go look in my books. That's what he's going to tell you. Let me go look in my books. No, you just said my A1C is high. So tell me what the A, the 1, and the C mean, sir. Listening. A1C, the alpha 1 cell. The alpha 1 cell. You got alpha globin and you got beta globin. I'm saying doctors don't even know. They be saying, reading stuff in books and just and don't even dig deep to find out what is the A1C. It's alpha 1 globin cell. You got beta 1 globin, beta 2 globin, and you got alpha globin 2, alpha globin 1. Because hemoglobin got alpha globin and beta globin. It's alpha globin and beta. It's like T cells. See, doctors be telling you, well, your T cell count is low. Which T cells? Is it the alpha T's or the beta T's? I'll wait. Well, doctor be, I didn't know there was alpha T cells and beta T cells. I'm just telling because you regurgitating information and outdated knowledge from college, and nobody has updated this information. And when somebody comes with something brand new, you want to defute it, and you puzzled by it because you never read it. Everything new had to be new before it became old. Every professional had to start off as an amateur. So everything under the sun, you haven't discovered it. So when I discover and God give me something, then you talking about, well, I haven't read that anywhere. You haven't. The first thing when it first come out, nobody read it anywhere because it's new. Research it and validate it. I'm gonna go look at Google and see if you're telling me the truth. Well, you're not gonna find it on Google. You need to research, consolidate information to come up with your own conclusion and your own solutions. Mine working for me. Every single person I've come in contact, I've helped. And not only do I have information, I can validate and confirm the information that I have. And I can prove it 100%. God bless you.